Nikki and Jamie, TikTok couple, I think, going
they're
through some
YouTube. They're
YouTube couple that are going through some interesting
broke
things.
up already 4 years ago, and he has put out a video of Nikki cursing, hitting him because he was trying to videotape her. She had one of her daughters on her arm, and she was in his house, and he was trying to tell her to go out of the house. I don't know what happened. But anyhow, let's talk about it.
It's Mary.
And Alma.
Leave a like,
subscribe,
and comment down below, you all.
Now, this is a couple. You guys heard Nikki is an interracial couple. Nikki is from Sudan.
Beautiful girl.
Sudan. Yeah. Nikki's from Sudan. And I'm calling her Sudan. We have a friend of mine. Her son is called Sudan. So I am Sudan. Sudan the country, not Sudan, my friend's son. Okay, Sudan the country. Anyway, Nikki's from Sudan, and Jamie is from Australia, and they met in Australia. Anyway, they met, I think I am hearing, they met when Nikki was 17, and Jamie was 23 or 24.
Red flag. About
Is
this,
it?
About this
Is
color.
it?
This
Is
color.
it a red flag? Why are you saying it's a red flag, Mary? Why? Because you don't really know these couple. You have not been watching them as much as I have. But why would you say it's a red flag? That she was 17 and 23. I think that's when they started dating.
I'm going to ask you this.
Okay.
If I was 17,
yes,
and I brought home a 24-year-old, and he was my boyfriend, what would you say?
Well,
you probably would have called the police. You probably would have had a strong reaction, as you usually do, and it would have been a wrap.
Yeah, it would have been a wrap. Because why are you hanging around with like a 17-year-old, right? Like, she's not of age yet. You can't find somebody who's 21, 20, 22.
I mean, I know 18 is the legal age,
but
she's
17.
right there. But
17
still,
is young.
Yeah,
17 is young.
Just like Tyga and Kylie, he was around her when she was 17. Remember that rapper Tyga? He was dating Kylie when she was 17.
That was,
even Nikki had him on the shirt saying 17 pervert in that song, Feeling Myself with Beyonce.
Yeah,
called him out. That was suspect.
Perverty. But yeah, so anyhow, they're together. I mean, 17 is just young.
It's just too young.
It's young, but she's a teenager. That's kind of how I feel. Like, she's young, Anyway.
She hasn't even come to her own.
Anyway, I cannot really talk because I dated somebody when I was 16 years old, and I do believe he was 23. Anyway, I had really wanted this man to, I wanted to give my virginity to him. I wanted to be, his lover, his wife, everything. And my mom, my mom was my best friend. And I went to my mom and I said, hey, Mom, I really love this guy. He was a family friend. I love him so much. I want to marry him one day. And I really I'm having all these feelings and I really want to have sex with him. And he is saying no. He's not going to do it because he's a family friend. He has too much respect for you all. And I'm just wondering, Mommy, if you could just give him permission, then I'm sure he'll feel comfortable. When I told that man, I talked to my mom, and he was like, what? Please, don't even tell her we are even dating, But yeah, my mom looked at me, and then she went to go get my auntie, who was like my best auntie. Because my mom didn't know what to do with that. Because look, I was her best. I consider her my best friend, and so I was telling her all my belly word. And my auntie came and looked at me and was just like, if he really loves you, he will wait for you. So he's not the one telling you. You're just thinking that this is what you want to do now. And I said, yeah, he doesn't want to do it. I just want my mom to give permission. She's like, and I am just thinking, like, I was in Sierra Leone then. I mean, they were so sweet. For an African woman, mother, very sweet. And she was just like, if he really loves you and you guys really love each other, he will wait for you, okay? Until you guys get married. But wait until you are, 20 and
of age.
And that was it. But, so I really can't really talk about the teen stuff and, whether it's perverty or what, because my guy wasn't
No,
a pervert. He wasn't trying to be doing anything with me. Now I don't know
if Jamie was.
Probably
I mean,
he
it was
did.
you wanting him, not the other way around.
He's in a different culture too, right?
But
So
you have to put that into
probably
account.
they were already doing all of that. So maybe he was like her first love.
And your
or
dating
whatever.
wasn't your typical dating back then.
Yeah. The other thing I had a problem, I kind of was suspect a little bit. When he proposed to Nikki, he made it a big thing. I have a problem when men make the engagement a huge public display.
Really?
Like I just have I do. I actually do. Because I feel as though you make it about yourself. Like, oh, he's such a great man. Oh my goodness. The people never talk about, oh, it's beautiful that they are engaged. But what they do when a man does that, usually everyone is talking about how great a man he is and how lucky the woman is to have him.
What?
So I always have a problem when a guy does that. It seems as though he's trying to get attention. I always have a problem, and it doesn't seem to me to be as romantic. He made a big thing. He put the thing on a big old billboard. It looked like they were in a stadium somewhere, and he asked her or whatever, and she saw it on this jumbotron, and it was all, he was, oh, Nikki, and really, that's really how I think their channel even started. From then on.
But I think with the whole engagement things, I feel like I think it's nice to have the family involved. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong. I don't agree with the whole huge thing where it's like big so gaudy, like doing all that bota bata.
Too much.
I think engagement should be intimate, But then if you take her somewhere intimate, you engage, she says yes. Like what Nick Vale did.
And stuff.
Like what Nick Vale did in The Bachelor. He finally found his person after that woman gouged him.
Oh, okay.
Like he had a private engagement with this woman or whatever and stuff, and then they went home, and then all the family was there, then embraced them and congratulated them.
Yes.
That is nice.
Yes.
But for you to
beautiful.
go, and it's intimate.
What you do with the strangers around and whatever, like
all this stuff, a billboard, like that's just too much.
And everybody's like, oh, he's so great. Oh,
like
wow.
You got a good one, sis.
You got a good one, sis. Look at what you do. So I always, felt that about Jamie. Like, and then he was, when they were doing their show, to me, a lot of times, sometimes it didn't seem as though Nikki really wanted to be doing it.
She comes from a different culture where we don't have the cameras in your face. Like, even if you come here to Tanzania, I always feel odd if I'm even on my phone for 2 minutes because nobody's on their phone, like ever. Like, even if I'm listening to music. A lot of times you will see her, she'll put her eyes down and stuff. And Nikki is gorgeous. She's a beautiful gorgeous woman.
The only time I will really see her, like, really looking at the camera, if they're doing something for fashion, or if, because she used to be a model too, or if she's doing her makeup, thing, tutorial that she was doing. But I always felt as though she didn't like the whole camera thing in terms of, family and stuff. And also when she had a sister who was like handicapped, very handicapped. And
he had her on camera. The handicapped sister?
She showed it. And I was happy she did, because people should understand, like, and have compassion for people like that. A lot of times back home, these people children who are handicapped, sometimes they are treated like they're witches or something like that. They are outcasts and stuff. So I like the fact that she had her on camera and showed all of that stuff. But that's the only time you will see Nikki really light up. The other times, I didn't really see her light up. When she was pregnant, she lit up. But all the other really times, I always have got a feeling that Nikki didn't want to be on camera. Now, 4 years have passed. They have not been together. I think it's been for 4 years. I've not really heard from Nikki that much of exactly what happened. I haven't. You guys know that she said something directly. I haven't heard anything. She's pretty much remained quiet.
Does she have her own channel?
She does.
Okay.
Simply Nikki. Jamie has his own channel, and he has his own channel, and he showed this time when Nikki came over, they were in the middle of an argument, and he's there saying how she's being violent, and you're violent. She was cursing him out like a sailor. I didn't know Nikki cursed like that, but guess what? You get a woman upset, any woman, I don't care how nice and sweet and lovely she looks, yeah, she will
he probably
curse
her.
you under the table, provoked her on purpose. That's how I felt.
For sure.
And had his camera right there to show the world, Nikki's not that a great person. Look at her cursing me out in front of my mama. And his mother was there, and she was saying something to both of them, like, you guys will never see my children again. Of course, Nikki, that can't happen because he's the daddy and she the grandmother, and there are rules to that and laws to that. So yeah, they will be able to see your kids only if
she
they
probably
are
said it out
whatever.
of anger,
but she
though.
said
But
it in anger
realistically,
and
she
all
knows.
that stuff, right? So anyway, I hated the fact that he did this. He wanted to show his own side, and then it was like an hour-long video.
4 years later, though, why?
Who the hell knows? It was an hour-long video. I think he's trying to get more people, and he has like 1 million subscribers.
Well, I mean,
she has like 500,000 subscribers, I do believe. But maybe the money is stagnant now. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
with this
because
man.
we're here talking about
But
it, so obviously
he
it
says
works.
exactly. But he started talking about, I want to tell my truth about why we broke up, and Nikki
4
cheated.
years later,
Nikki cheated on me with her ex-boyfriend. I saw text. If you did not see them actually cheating, because it's a text you saw, okay, whatever. Anyway, I just felt like, that's what I felt. And I felt as though you show this side of Nikki, but how do you act when you really upset? That's what I want. And how come you all are divorced? Nikki still hasn't come out to say anything about this whole video that he made. Like
but African women really don't get divorces like
pushing.
that.
She is keeping it pushing. And Jamie, he seems still butthurt 4 years later about this relationship. Oh, and guess what? He was saying that the courts, he can only post once a week or something, or once a month with his daughters. He's not allowed to post, because these girls are still very young. So I think maybe Nikki took him to court to say that I don't want him posting my daughters on YouTube more than, all the time or whatever. And maybe he's trying to up his subscribers by having this family man. The courts have stopped him from, doing it often.
I'm sorry, but when I get married and have kids, you guys will probably never see my children.
Yeah.
You probably won't see the husband either.
Yeah.
Like,
I think.
But you definitely wouldn't see the children. That's for sure.
For damn sure.
Like, why would you have
damn sure. Like,
because it's their privacy. They didn't ask to be on camera.
Yeah.
Kids should have their own anatomy. Maybe when they're 14 and they decide, hey, we want to be on camera, then that's fine. Yeah. But if they're like little guppies, then why?
I know. So that's what's going on. But yeah, I am totally Team Nikki. Totally Team Nikki. I don't like shiesty stuff like that. Don't put me on camera, then accuse me of violence because I hit your tail, your foolishness on your face with a camera. And then he was like, I'm going to call the police. I am going to call the police. And his mother, the only person who has some sense in this video was the mama.
Oh, really?
His mother said no. She said, just leave it alone. Don't do that. Why you gonna call the police? Like, you are a mess, Jamie. You're a mess. And, miss me with you doing that. Before, when they broke up, I was just like, okay, things happen. It's over. I've always kind of looked at it with one eye since he did that big ass engagement stuff. But I wish them the best. I used to watch them, liked them. When it was over, nobody really said anything of the reason why they're over. And I liked that. I saw the children with Nikki. I saw the children with you. And I like that. Go on with your life, Jamie. Like, seriously, go on with your life. Leave her the hell alone. And I think it's because Nikki has a new boyfriend. She has a new, all the time she hasn't had nobody, I guess, in this 4 years. But she has a new boyfriend. And I think this is what set this man off over here. Maybe he feels as though, he owns her. She ain't got to have nobody no more. Like, Jamie, go on with your life. Anywho, he took the video down, I hear, because he got a lot of
backlash. Because it just looks real bad.
It's one-sided. We're not dumb, Like, she cursing you out. I mean,
well, what did you do?
Wonder how you be talking when you really upset.
And there might be
when the camera is not there. So miss us with that. Like, we can tell. We're adults.
Well, also my thing, she's an African woman. they're not really confrontational like that, and they also really don't be doing divorces like that either. So I feel like he was into some really effed up stuff for her to. I don't know who filed.
Girl, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea. Before, when they broke up, it was rumored out there that he was the one who cheated. I didn't get into that because I'm just like, the relationship is over. She wasn't saying anything. So I was just like, the relationship is over. He wasn't saying anything. You guys move on. Now, 4 years after the fact, you want to come up with a whole video of what really happened and I divorced her, or this is why we got divorced because she cheated and she was with her ex. And then you show this camera of how violent she is and how she curses and like, miss us with all of that. Don't care. Like, go on with your lives. Seriously. Okay? And stop videotaping your kids for I don't know, for publicity. Like, you do your own thing, right? You were doing cars or whatever the hell you were doing. Do your own thing. Just like she's doing her own thing. And move on and co-parent. This doesn't have to be this difficult. And Nikki, please remain silent. Don't even
engage.
Don't even engage.
Yeah, it's Mary.
And Amma.
We invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below.